It's actually my birthday today. I'm turning 34. What a memorable birthday, what a memorable way to spend it. Hey folks, how you doing? It's Pete here. Welcome back to Ontario Fishing Quest. It's about 10:30 in the morning. I got here a bit later than what I expected, just with traffic and stuff like that, but it's all good. I parked about 500 yards down that way from the trailhead. There's a nice parking area there. There's enough room for probably 15 vehicles or so. I'm starting off. It's gonna be a great time. Stick around. It's a very hilly trail so far, very up and down. It's rated as strenuous, so give yourself lots of time. I've sort of figured about 3 kilometers an hour is gonna be a good pace. I'd like to obtain 4 if possible, but with these hills early on, I'm out of breath, of course, already, so I'll have to take lots of breaks until I get used to this. It's been a while since I've hiked, so my body needs some conditioning. Here's one of the hills you have to go down. I think I'm about a K1.5 in so far, and I'm already meeting hills like this. Go down carefully. There we go. Blue blazing. Perfect. Do you hear that? Not my heavy breathing. The silence. There's nobody out here. It's a nice little beaver pond. Took it to the north. The trail just loops around it. Looks like it resumes right back over there. It's so beautiful. My body's still getting used to this, obviously, but so far so good. I love it. Okay, here's the first big beaver dam crossing. See this beaver pond here? It looks frozen, but I bet you that ice isn't more than 1 inch or 2 thick in the center there, so I have to make my way across here, get to the other side, and it's sketchy because I don't see the blue blazing right now, but I didn't see it continuing any other direction around this, so I don't see any blue blazing anywhere, so I'm thinking this is where I have to go. Here we go. Oh, This is sketch. Blue blazing, where are you? Okay, done. Now, to find the trail again. Ah, success. I was just a little ways south, ventured north, and picked up the trail. That's good. There was just no blazing as soon as I crossed the dam, and I ended up seeing another beaver pond, so I found a way around it. I came up to the top of a small mountain there, that top up there if you can see it. Looked around, didn't see any blazing or anything. I knew I had to be close. Oh, this is the famous, you go down the cliff with a birch tree as your support. So, all right, this should be fun. You read about this spot online on reports and stuff like that, so I was wondering why I hadn't seen it yet, but here it is. Okay. It's kind of like Angel's Landing deja vu. Except if I fall from this, I won't die. It'll just hurt quite a bit. Which way better? Okay. So far, so good. Of course, everything's snowy and icy, but it's okay. What a pretty spot, though. That's the rock face there. You got to scurry up that spot there where you see my tracks. Oh, maybe 15 foot down. Okay, I'm feeling good. I crossed that milestone, crossed this dam, and I'm back on the trail and back on track. Do you guys remember before when I crossed that beaver dam and I thought like, ooh, I'm crossing a beaver dam? That's not a beaver dam. This is a beaver dam. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Crocodile Dundee. Anybody? Bueller? Anyone? Bueller? Oh boy. Holy crap, I made it without getting a soaker. It's not deep, but if I'd have missed a step, my feet would have gone in and gotten a soaker for sure, which would suck this early in the trip. So this is the little trekking pole that I fabricated by grabbing it from the ground and using it to help me balance across. And now I can continue. I think it's safe to say that there's going to be nobody over here. Nobody's going to want to cross that beaver dam, which is pretty cool. I've got some rock climbing to do now. Okay, I've reached the campsite on the northeast side of Sheldon Lake. There's Sheldon right there, frozen. I still wouldn't take a chance walking across it. It's pretty early in the year to walk across ice. There's a thunderbox right over there, and just down the way I see that there's a sign for no camping overnight. It's just a day use area. So I don't know if that's referring to that section there or this spot here, which looks like a legit campsite. So, but either way, I'm not going to camp here. I'm just going to sit and have lunch and drink some water and catch my breath. I'm sweating buckets, so it's good to rest, take your coat off, let the moisture wick away from your body, let the wind dry you off, and then get warm again quick. Okay, just a little bit of info. On the very north end of Sheldon Lake, the Ganaraska Trail meets with the Portage Trail, and that trail right there is heading to the northeast to Devil's Lake, This is the path that you would take if you were doing the portage. So when you walk on the Ganaraska Trail coming here, it's very easy to take the portage trail going to the northeast, but you actually have to go to the west along the northern edge of Sheldon Lake. There's the blue blazing. Just something to keep in mind. When you cross streams and beaver dams and stuff, you have to take into account the weight on your back, which for me is about 35 pounds. Is what my pack weighs. It's winter, so everything's heavier, right? So before you take your next step, you really got to think clearly and just remember that that bag is going to sway whichever way your momentum is going. So you got to brace yourself earlier than what you normally would. There's just the tip. Pure lunacy, incalculable, insufferable, and for the last time, you're everything that I want and ask for. You're all that I dream. Smashing Pumpkins, anyone? Who wouldn't be the one you love? Who wouldn't stand inside your love? Okay, update. 10 after 1, and I have reached Petticoat Junction. I think I'm going to go as far as Peters Pond or Victoria Lake, one of those two, and take a site there. I don't want to hike past 3:30, 4 o'clock, so that's another 2.5 to 3 hours from now, just because I have to set up camp and get wood and all that kind of stuff, and boil water and have some good drinking water and stuff. So having a little fiver here, boys, and then I'll get back to her. Well, 2:15, I'm on the north side of Peters Pond, ironically, and I found this dandy little chair. So I sat down and took a fiver. No joke, boys, I'm tired. I slogged through a whole big part of it that was off the trail. I cut down a ton of distance that way, but it was tough going. I'm back on the trail now, and I got another maybe 2K to go before I reach the site that I want to spend the night at. Okay, cheerio! Okay, made it to the northeast side of Wolf Lake. I haven't been filming much because honestly I just went into beast mode. That was some insane terrain. Straight up, straight down, climbing rocks and snow, trying to find white blazing on trees when there's snow on them. It's nuts. So I finally got to as good of a spot as I think I'm going to find. There's a makeshift fire pit down there. Hasn't been used in a while, obviously. And this is probably about the flattest spot that I'm going to get for a tent. So I've got a lot of work to do. I need to get this tent set up quick. I'm running out of daylight here, and need to get a fire going for boiling water because I'm parched. So I've been eating snow along the way, but you know, it takes a ton of that to actually hydrate you. So okay, I'm gonna get to work. Hey guys, here's an update for you. I went and got some wood. I had a hard time finding anything super dry and dead, so I did the best I could. And the main thing right now is I just want to get water to drink because I'm pretty parched. So got that water from Wolf Lake over there, and I'll get that boiled, and I'm just going to probably chug that whole thing. I've got snow in my Nalgene melting there, and yeah, I'm going to pour all that water into my Nalgene and probably drink all 2 liters of it is how I'm feeling right now. And then with the leftover heat, I'll probably cook my steak. It's getting dark and it's only 5 o'clock, but you know, that's how she goes, eh? So here's the situation now. I'm struggling with heat, but I think eventually this steak will cook. I boiled 2 liters of water already. I got 1 liter of my Nalgene. I'm working on drinking that. Then I filled up I topped up that pot with another liter of water from the lake. I'm getting that boiled now so I can just set it aside, keep it for drinking water, and I'll slowly cook my steak. It's dark, but it's only 5:30 or so, so I got lots of time. I haven't set up my my sleeping pad or my sleeping bag yet, but I could do that in the dark with a headlamp. It's not a big deal at all. Tent set up, that's the big thing, and I'm getting drinking water. Sitting down. So glad I brought the chair. Things are looking up. Check out the finished product. It's a nice medium. A little bit of pink in the middle. Beauty. Took a while because this is the measliest fire I've ever made, but on short notice, scrambling to find some firewood before dark. That's all I could come up with. It was enough to boil my water and cook my steak, so I'm nicely hydrated. I'm getting fed. Now the only thing that sucks is it's 6 o'clock and I don't have much of a fire to sit beside until it's time to go to bed, so I'll probably hit the hay pretty early, call my wife and let her know I'm still alive. Tent's up there, all set up. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy my steak. Okay, well, my battery died there when I was doing some shots around the campfire. What little bit of campfire there was. Yeah, I've got some reevaluating to do because this site is not a site, really. I'm not on a very flat spot here. The firewood selection is next to none. There's nothing dead. You have to go up and down these cliff faces in order to scavenge around for firewood. So I think what I'm going to do is actually retrace my steps back tomorrow towards Sheldon Lake. And if I see a more suitable campsite where there's wood readily available for me, then I'll take it. The problem today was my legs were cramping up like crazy, and as soon as there were many times I had to stop and sit, and I couldn't boil any water because I had no, I'd have to stop and cut firewood and make a fire and all that. So I wish I would have brought gas, honestly. I learned that. So I was definitely dehydrated, but thankfully I boiled enough water tonight that I got hydrated again, and I have enough for tomorrow for my hike back. And I'm going to go to Sheldon Lake, which is about 4 kilometers from where I started, and see if I can find a good site there. Anyways, I'm going to check out and say goodnight. All right, see you later. Good morning. It's just after 7 o'clock. I had an okay sleep. Wasn't the best, of course, but it wasn't too bad. I think I slept better later, like, from midnight on as opposed to before. So yeah, it's frosty, as you can see. So I'll have fun packing the tent up and stuff. I have my pants here to dry. I had my socks hung up to dry too, so that seemed to work out pretty good. Okay, I've got to get motivated and get out of my little cocoon of warmth and get going. Oh, I forgot to mention, it's actually my birthday today. I'm turning 34, and I'm out here. What a memorable birthday, what a memorable way to spend it. But I am missing my wife too on a day like this, so I had a good long phone call with her last night just for fun. Thankfully you get cell reception out here, so it was nice. I needed a bit of a morale booster after the difficult day, so it was great to talk to her. And so anyways, yeah, it's my 34th birthday. Baby bell for my birthday. The first part that I have to do today was absolutely the hardest part that I did yesterday. And of course, yesterday when I was finishing it, I had no energy at all. I needed to boil water for drinking water badly. I was pretty thirsty. I was just desperate to get to a site and find some wood and make a fire and boil water to chug it, so I did that. So I'm glad that this morning, when I head back towards the east, I'm doing this really difficult section first. First thing in the morning, right after I've slept, right after I've ate, and save my energy for later on. Yeah. I didn't get a chance to show you guys this last night just because it was so dark, but this is the ground sheet that I used. It's just a piece of vapor barrier. You use it behind drywall and over insulation in your house. It's a good thickness. It's pretty tough. It's pretty foldable and easy to work with and dirt cheap. So I didn't have a dedicated drop sheet for my Eureka tent there. So that's what I used. It's a good DIY solution if you are looking to do that kind of thing. Well, bye campsite. You weren't exactly a pleasure, but it's all right. So, this part I was just talking to you about there is very sketchy blazing. So, why I was having so much difficulty yesterday was that white blazing there and down there can be very hard to see in parts because of snow on the trees. So I'm trying to follow a trail that isn't really a trail. Well, if there is a trail, it's covered in snow. You can't really see it. And I'm trying to find my way according to white blazing on snow-covered trees. It's so still. All you hear is the moving water. It's beautiful. I've decided to just basically follow my tracks out because it's a lot faster than trying to follow the white blazes. And I do know that in sections like down there where the white blazing is on the tree, I was following the trail, and I know that in other sections I wasn't. So I think I'll just keep following my tracks out because I know I did it in a shorter distance yesterday than taking the whole trail. It's so beautiful though. This is why I do this. It's so peaceful. It's so calm. Haven't seen a soul. Very much alone. Oh, okay guys, well, I sat down for a break here at this trusty old chair and I checked my text messages and I got some bad news. My aunt actually just passed away. So, yeah, I think I have no choice now. I have to book it out of here. I was thinking of staying on Sheldon Lake or at Petticoat Junction tonight, but not now. I got to get back and help my parents out and stuff. So anyways, it's too bad. Passed away on my birthday. Okay, well, I'm just pacing myself, I think, to get out of here. I don't want to kill myself. So anyways, I'll check in with you guys later. Well folks, I'm back home now. A couple of weeks have passed since I got back from that trip. Since I've been home, we had the funeral and visitation for my aunt, and also Christmas has come and gone, so a merry belated Christmas to everyone. It's unfortunate that this trip got cut short, but that's just life and that's the way things go. Before I went on this trip, I made that gear video, which I will link at the end of the video so you can check that out. And I had some people bugging me about the boots that I wore because I never actually mentioned that in the gear video. So here's the boots that I wore. These are Vask St. Elias GTX boots. And these were absolutely amazing. Those boots kept my feet warm and dry, even though they were in water a few times. My feet were perfectly dry, perfectly warm, and perfectly comfortable and well supported, so I highly recommend those boots. So if I'm going to pull a few lessons from this hike, number one would be to give myself more time and not push myself so far the first day. Looking back, if I was doing it over again, I would have only gone as far as probably Sheldon Lake in the first place and just set up a good base camp there. If you're planning on winter camping on the Victoria and Wolf Lake sections, give yourself extra time to find some firewood, because I really found that it was a lot of just new growth hardwoods there. There wasn't a lot of softwood trees, there wasn't a lot of dead trees even around those sites that I found. So make sure you give yourself lots of ample time to find good firewood there. Another thing I learned would be to bring along a gas stove, and that's just because I would be able to boil water that way on the go. By bringing a gas stove, I would have been able to boil water quickly while I was going around looking for firewood in that. I'm thinking in January I'm going to try the Western Uplands Backpacking Trail in Algonquin. and I'd like to go there, go for a bit of a hike and set up a base camp and spend a few nights hopefully and go for day hikes from there. So definitely stay tuned for that video. I hope you enjoyed the hike and I hope you enjoyed the winter camping. I wanted to be able to show a lot more of that. Things didn't really work out the way that I wanted them to. But I'm hoping in January with the trip that I'm planning to Algonquin, I'll be able to show a lot more of the camping and hiking experience. So keep your eyes peeled for that video, and thanks for watching this one. Make sure you watch the gear video that I posted a couple of weeks ago in preparation for this trip. As always, I hope you hit like, I hope you subscribe, I hope you comment down below, and I thank you so much for watching. Happy New Year and all the best to everyone in 2020, and we'll see you on the next one.